gorgeous people, let's get right into it. Today we are headed to the cooking class at Sur La Table. I think that's how you pronounce it. It looked like Sur La Table, but I'm not too sure. Google had pronounced it Sur La Table when I put it into my GPS, and then it repeated back out where I was going. So that's where we headed. I'm gonna see if I can get the correct pronunciation when I get into the store. So I am excited to go and cook and learn how to make pasta from scratch. I just finished my cooking class, y'all, and I had fun. I really did enjoy it. I think it was just the entire experience of hanging out with some new people, doing a little bit of conversation. I wouldn't say necessarily networking, because I didn't make any of those type of connections in there. More so because I feel like people was focused, and I did want to learn how to make noodles from scratch, because I do love pasta, even though it's probably not the healthiest thing for me. But I do enjoy pasta, so I did want to learn how to make pasta from scratch. And so the experience was cool. So it started at 4 p.m. and it was a 2-hour class. They started exactly at 4, which I loved because I was on time. So, you know, I appreciate them for appreciating my time. So we started at 4. It's 4 people to a table. Since it was 11 of us in the class, me and 2 others were just at my table. So a total of 3 of us at my table. And the class really was enjoyable. One of the gentlemen had purchased a bottle of wine for his table, but he ended up sharing with the entire class because he had a nice sized bottle of wine. So that was cool. And I felt like it paired well with the wine or with the pasta. So that was cool or whatever. And then as we started to get into the groove of actually making the pasta, we at my table had a brief moment where we didn't hear, I guess, all of the instructions, or we just forgot that part of the instructions, because we were supposed to add oil into our mixture. But I know me personally, I was so focused on trying to stir the eggs right and not funnel in too much of the flour at one time that I completely forgot that he mentioned anything about the oil. So when I had passed it to the next person to kind of also do some of the stirring and get it to where it needed to be for that consistency before it was time for us to roll it out, I forgot. So when he came to our table, when the chef came to our table to check on our progress, he noticed that we didn't put the oil inside of the dough mixture, and he was like, "Oh, y'all ain't put it in there. That's fine." And he got us back together. So that worked out well, but I was nervous that our pasta wasn't gonna be good, and it turned out pretty cool. I wasn't mad at it. So after we did that, he started showing us how he was going to make the sauces. So we had a sausage sauce, and then we had a pesto sauce. So the good thing was we did make 2 different pastas. One I would say would kind of be more on the vegetarian side, and then the other did have sausage in there. So you had 2 options, which was cool. So coming here was really cool because I was able to do that. And I wouldn't say that I can do all of these steps at the house because I don't have some of the tools, but it wasn't that difficult where it was like, I can't do this at home. And then they did give us a instruction guide or recipe guide, I guess if you want to call it, for the stuff that we made here today in the class. So that was cool, that I can't essentially try to go back home and make it. And maybe I will try that and redo it as a video and show y'all if I created the pasta at the house compared to making it here in the kitchen with the chef. So that was really neat. One thing that I would say was kind of triggering my OCD was we was making the food for the table. And so I didn't know my table mates because I came here by myself just so I can get the experience. But we continued to wash our hands and stuff like that. But just that thought of, if they didn't make their pasta correctly, then my pasta for my dinner would not be great. So that part kind of blew me just a little bit, just because I'm like, if they're not really listening or following instructions well, then the whole food or the whole dish is going to be off. And then if they are doing anything that triggers my OCD of, germs and stuff like that, I'm not gonna really want to eat this. And I paid good money. I think I paid I think like $90 or something for the class. So if you want to look at that as $45 per dish. And then we did have dessert. So the experience was cool because I didn't have to buy any of the ingredients. So I feel like the money was worth it. And then I did learn some things that I can take home. And with having the recipe guide, I can try to make this stuff at the house. And I think I really am going to try to make it and see how it turns out. Overall, my food was really good. The chef was nice. And I think I would come back and do another cooking class. And now that I know what to expect, I will be more prepared. And I enjoyed it. I can definitely see myself coming back. My food turned out really good, even though we struggled as a table to make like the little bow tie looking noodles. We struggled to do those. For some reason, like the pinching part was just not, it just wasn't working. It wasn't working, y'all. So we struggled to make those, but at the end of the day, the food was really good. He had made the ice cream himself and I enjoyed it. It was supposed to be like some kind of lemon, not ice cream, gelato. It's supposed to be like lemon gelato or something, but I really just tasted vanilla versus any of the lemons. So it was good though. It was definitely good. We was able to take home any of our leftovers, wrapped it up and got out of there. So it was 2 hours, literally 4 to 6, and I'm not mad at it. I'm really not mad at it. So I enjoyed my time. I would definitely be back. I would check out their website to see what recipes they are cooking in the class and see if it's something else I want to try to make and learn, because I get tired of eating the same thing over and over again. So to be able to come here and maybe like play with some different elements and learn some different tips and tricks would be a plus to, you know, try new stuff at the house. I'm in the era of trying new things. Nothing too crazy though, because y'all know I'm still a picky eater, because they did have caramelized onions and I had to pick those out. But I couldn't say nothing because it was for the group versus just my own plate. But other than that, it was cool. So if you are looking for something fun and interesting to do, definitely check out Sur La Table. Sur La Table? Sur La Table? I don't know, y'all. I forgot to ask how you exactly pronounce it. Sur La Table? I don't know, y'all. Whatever. You know what I'm talking about. I'll put the website and stuff in the description below, because they do have these all around. Like I said, I seen one here in 2 of them in Cleveland, greater Cleveland area, and then I did see one down in Miami. So they do have them around town. Definitely a fun experience to do for yourself, out with your girls, date night, whatever the case may be. Definitely check that out. As always, gorgeous people, go out there, create memories that will last a lifetime.